First round, you get through Dan Mercier. Second round, Clay Milliken, and what has been labeled in our chat section as a battle of the people's champions, right? You and Clay battling it out. Then you go up against Justin in the semifinal. You guys used to be quasi teammates. Now you are just great friends. Obviously, there's a lot of connections between that team, but brutal matchup. They turned the tires. You guys didn't. Pick it up from there and take us through that and the battle in the final round against Doug, because, you know, there's no easy rounds, but to get through those rounds, Justin and Doug back to back is tremendous.
Yeah, you know, when we were racing Justin, we know Mike Green, Tommy DeLago, that whole Skag team is very serious. So they don't play. They're one of the best at it on race day, and they know how to back and make the car do what it wants to do, and they're not they'll run. And then you got Justin, who they could even be behind a couple hundreds, and he'll pick that up on a tree, because Justin will be high 30s, low 40s all day long. And I know that. I know that game. And I've been working hard to get back there, because I used to be able to do that all the time. And we've been navigating that. When I'm with Justin, I'm like, I'm getting you, Joker, this time. I'm getting you. And we go back and forth. And that round there, man, I knew I was good on the tree. I felt it when I staged. The tree came down. I was on time. I got down there. I was shallow stage. I blinked the bub on. And I looked. And even though they smoked the tires, that's still the game. Justin was 0.39, and I was 0.49. I'm like, what do I have to do on this Joker? But it's coming, and we've been working on it. And he goes, AB, he goes, that's what I do. Like, you know, he has like nothing lose. And when you race him, you have nothing lose. You got to go up there and just throw the hammer down. And
can I ask you something? Can I ask you something while we're talking about this? Okay, so you and Justin, great friends. And you like, I'm calling it trash talk. You could call it just like confident talk, like I'm coming after you, whatever. Publicly, he will never go there. What about you guys? You guys, you know, does he come back at you? Or does he say like it's going to be a wonderful race and you're my great friend?
No. The thing about it is we've got that lingo. You know what I mean? He'll come give me a hug and say, all right, AB, be safe. We always want each other to be safe and get down there. And then he said, hey, man, let's have a good race. I said, and I look back and I said, you know we're going to have a good race. That's what you say. That's the lingo. And we know when we get up there in those cars, brother, there's going to be two swordmen up there dicing and dueling. You know what I mean? And Justin, he just don't care, brother. He just going to slice and dice you up, man. He's like ice cold in his veins with a smile. With a smile. And I love it. I love it, the competition. And the whole class is picking up like that. You know, me and Langdon have the same kind of rivalry with each other. Like, we're great friends off the track. But, brother, when we race, we're giving each other the business. We're giving each other the business. And when I raced him this weekend in that Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge, right? Langdon goes, man, I saw you at half track and you were just pulling away. I said, imagine that. How does that feel? That's payback from Richmond, because that's what he did to me. That's what that Joker did to me. Like, I missed a tree. He drilled me and then drove away from me by 100. This time I drilled him and drove away from him by 200 or 300. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the way it's going to be this whole season. And the fans are in for a treat. They're in for a show. And with Justin, that's what we're going to get every time. We push each other. I believe we raced him. I don't know if it wasn't last year. It might be the year before. It was one of the races we raced each other in North Carolina for the first countdown race. And we both ran 67s, and he was 050 on a tree, and I was 035. So it goes back and forth. And he didn't miss a tree. I was just on the tree. You get what I mean? So it was one of those deals where it goes like that. And then we got to the final, wins Doug. Like, that's the crazy part. My first round matchup, I ran Dan Mercier. They've been running really, really good. Then when we were on the second round, I raced Clay Milliken. That round, nobody was getting down the racetrack. Nobody. Like, we had the first two pair in front of us. All four cars lit them up. And our crew chief, Brian, said, get that laptop out. He was like, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. He was telling Brad, knock this down, do this, do this, do this, do that, do that. And they're like, do-do-do-do. And we go up there, and lo and behold, the track wasn't that bad. I think what happened is that people's cars were just over-tuned because the air got so dry, is what happened. And when you get over-tuned like that, that's when your car gets very aggressive on the starting line, and our car was fine. And that just comes with time and experience to know how to back the cars off enough And you saw Dougie with AJ, he went right down the racetrack like it was nobody's business. And then once we got past Clay and then we got into that semis, we just put the car in the same lap and we just dialed down a little bit because the track backed off a little bit right there. And then the final, the track came back full circle where we go, you know what? Do we try to run a 69 because we think that's what they're going to run? And what we did was we put our car back on the 72 run, and that's what it tried to run. But the track was that much better where it ate it up. And we went a 73. We actually got through the clutch a little bit because the track was so good. So we could have got aggressive with it. And I believe Doug and us, the Coletta car and our car could definitely ran better in the final. I think that we tried to run 71, 72, or 70 flat. And the track was that's that much better where it just ate it up and slowed us down like it did.
Wow.